So, disclaimer about this video is that I recorded during the weekend when Helena Taylor announced that the reason why she did not reprise her role as Bayonetta, and the gist of it is that, according to her, Platinum was offering $4,000 flat rate to voice Bayonetta in the third sequel. So that particular video is all about, not really about Helena Taylor, but about sort of the effects with Platinum Games and especially with Bayonetta 3. However, new sources came in and they came from really reliable sources such as Totilo and Jason Schreier. So if you know those people, you know they're legit 101% there. So apparently the new news is two people close to Platinum Games said they actually offered her to reprise the role, and they offered her between $3,000 to $5,000 per session. And apparently, according to them, she wanted more money. That's what it is. And then, of course, they asked her, is this true? Helena Taylor basically denied the story. So again, in my personal opinion, I know they're legit. So like those are the facts. I think that's the truth there. I know some people even had to really like double, triple check on the source, and understandable also. So if that's the truth, but I think my instinct also, sadly, it is kind of true because again, if it came from Stephen Totilo and Jason Schreier, chances are it's going to be true. So it is what it is. So in this particular video, basically, like I said, it's not about Helena Taylor versus Platinum Games. It's the effect of this game. Is it going to be bad, good? Who knows? However, because of this story, guess what? Chances are it's probably going to sell even better than ever now. So what Helena Taylor trying to do kind of went the reverse. So it is what it is. And for me personally, really, it's not me boycotting. Am I going to buy the game? I just like to buy a cheap game. You know, that's always been me. I like it on sale. I'm not really uber excited with Bayonetta. But Platinum Games, he did cocky. Asshole it may be. If you port it, if you find a way with your brain, find a way to port Bayonetta 2 and 3 to other platform, I have a feeling it's going to sell more. Just saying there. But it is what it is. So yeah, so like I said, the recap is that this video on the main thoughts is basically before all of this happened during the weekend, and my thoughts of what's the effect on this, and now we know, and that is it's probably going to sell better now than ever. And am I going to give my thoughts about this now in the future? But like I said on that video, I still need more information about it. So with that, enjoy this video. Hello guys, NautoAisDx here, and I want to give my thoughts to some extent the whole situation with Bayonetta 3 versus Helena Taylor. But I'm not going to give my thoughts on that one first because I'm waiting to see if there's more developments happening in the long run. So that's going to be a later video. For this one, basically, I just want to give my thoughts on what does this mean for Platinum Games about the situation. So for people who still don't know what the situation is, here's the gist. So Bayonetta 3 was already been shown, trailers, Nintendo Direct, you get the idea. But you notice that Bayonetta looks different. But to some extent, the voice actress was not Helena Taylor. It was actually Jennifer Hale, which is a much popular voice actress. She voiced the female shepherd and other things. A lot of my friends told me about it. So let's just say that she's more well-known than Helena Taylor. But Helena Taylor is known for the Bayonetta voice, the OG from the first and second game. So a lot of people don't know what's going on. And then in an interview with Game Informer, they said that it was due to quote-unquote overlapping circumstances. So it's kind of weird, a made-up thing. And to some extent, it is kind of made up. It's one of those what you call a PR rhetoric response to make something up to some extent that kind of sound like legit and professional, but sort of a bit of white lie, but maybe there is a truth behind that. And again, that'll be a different story there. And later on during the weekend, Helena Taylor basically said, no, I didn't accept the role because Platinum Games told me that to do the voice for the entire game will be $4,000 flat rate. That was it. And then, of course, especially if you live in the US or in the Western country, or let's just say not in Japan, you know the story about that. let's just say that don't ever work underpaid. Everybody knows that. Don't work for free if you can. Don't work underpaid just because, it's an opportunity. A lot of people get that. But again, it's a bit of political there. Apologies a bit. But that will be a different story there. So she didn't accept the role. And of course, you've been following again the news of some of the company, they are underpaying their employees or not enough to do what they do. Case in point, something that's kind of close to my area. I think it was 2021 during Thanksgiving when Boston Market at the Rancho Cucamonga. I know some people that kind of work on the Boston Market. Again, believe it or not, doesn't matter. But I'm just kind of want to share a bit about that one that, let's just say they're a bit frustrated about it. But if you know what that story is, they decided to do a quiet quitting and nobody came during Thanksgiving. And people who bought the Boston Market, like, turkey meal, they didn't get it. At least they get their money back. But at the same time, you kind of ruined their Thanksgiving. It's probably going to be controversial, but I might not give my take about that one because to me, there's two sides of the story, but I kind of get the employees about this. Yes, underpay, doing a lot of shit to some extent that they don't like, but they got to do to feed their children, family. I get the idea, but that will be a different story. So anyway, back to Helena Taylor, that story. After she announced what happened and why, there were a lot of people who are not happy, and there's also some people said, look at this person, she's trying to ruin Platinum Games. I mean, you got both sides. It is what it is again, it's the internet. To some extent, Platinum Games, not a fan of their games to some extent. I do enjoy them to some extent. I know that keyword there, but I'm not really a fan of the company. Second is, Hideki Kamiya, enough said. Yeah, a lot of people said he's nice in real life, but let's just say when it comes to social media, he's an asshole. I mean, it is what it is. He's an asshole. There's a meme about him blocking people, how that if you don't speak Japanese to him, you're all instantly blocked. Again, sort of understandable to some extent because people ask him a lot of shit, repeated offense, you get the idea there. So, but it is what it is. But the bottom line is the majority of people in the gaming community believe and agreed that Hideki Kamiya is an asshole to a point that when he did this latest blocking spree because people were actually kind of getting in his face about it, he was blocking a lot of people to a point. Either he decided to close his account or apparently someone said that Twitter suspend his account due to massive blocking because, like, think about it. If you're just going to be blocking the majority of people on Twitter, why are you on Twitter? If you're there to piss people off, well, guess what? Twitter's not going to have it. And yeah, that's why your account is shut down. They close, suspend, whatever you call it. But yeah, Hideki Kamiya, screw you. You're an asshole. Like, I don't give a shit if you're nice in real life. That's awesome. But professionalism, to some extent, you're an asshole. Yeah, you're good at your job, but your attitude, man, you're an asshole. You're making Platinum look bad, but whatever. That's your personality. You're an asshole. So, anyway, like I said, I'm going to give my thoughts about the whole Bayonetta 3 Platinum Games, how voice actors are underpaid, because a lot of people already talk about it. I kind of agree with what they said, but I want to give my 2 cents, kind of extended and also kind of like a backstory of why is Platinum Games doing this? Is it Nintendo's fault? Is it who's fault? What to do with Bayonetta? I'm going to give them a different video because, like I said, I want to see if there's more info about it. So with that said, going back to this is, I know I digress, apologies, is what does this mean? So first of all, like I said, Hideki Kamiya, his account is closed. Again, who knows why? Either he ran away or probably Platinum Game told him to calm down, get off social media, whatever. And of course, also before that, if you heard, they have a new CEO, I think, and then somebody from Platinum Game actually is working for Nintendo, and that Platinum Games themselves also trying so hard to have a great relationship with Nintendo. And that's the problem there. Because of this, the biggest problem right now with Bayonetta 3 is a lot of people even say boycott. And to Helena Taylor, but when you say boycott and then calling out Jennifer Hale, yeah, that was too much in my opinion. I get it, the Platinum Games is trying to screw her, but come on, that's just whoa there, like whoa. Let the consumer decide for themselves. Don't say, oh, boycott this, boycott that. Again, like I said, reality is nobody wants to be told what to do. It is what it is. But again, I get it. She's frustrated. You can tell by her emotion, and I agree with her. But saying, oh, boycott, oh, Jennifer Hale, you're not a good Bayonetta. No, come on. I mean, it is what it is. It's a business. And an example I can say is the Ash Ketchum controversy in the past when Veronica Taylor was kicked the boot by Pokemon Company and they had somebody new. And a lot of people just didn't have it no matter what. I mean, I like the new voice actress for Ash. I think it fits well. I mean, even I'm got the gotcha for Pokemon Mastery X, but different story there. Anyway, what does it mean for Platinum Games? Well, unfortunately, as of right now, when the majority of probably gamers, but maybe also to some extent consumer, the first thing they're going to associate when say, oh, Bayonetta 3, what's the first thing probably going to say in their mind? Is it a good game? Probably. But chances are it's going to be, oh, that's the game that Platinum Games screwed Helena Taylor because he can only afford her $4,000. Again, that's going to be the association for the time being, probably a year. So will it impact sale? Well, if you're boycotting and canceling your pre-orders and stuff, maybe to a minor. But to some extent, reality check is, boycotting stuff doesn't always work. Maybe, again, like I said, minor. It does kind of count a bit, but it's not impactful. Okay, 1 or 2 sales they are missing. Whatever. Yeah, they probably want that, but again, 1 or 2, 3, probably not. But chances are people are still going to buy the game. In case in point, RGT85 said, I'm not boycotting, I'm going to buy the game because, again, I don't feel like that's the right thing to do. Virtual signaling, lame, you get the idea. And then some people even say, oh, if you boycott the game, you're also hurting the people who has nothing to do with it as the business decision. They're just there to develop the game, test the game, design the cover, whatever. Again, it's one of the situations that it sucks if you do this, it sucks if you do that. Again, kind of like what Matt Siemens said, he perfectly explained it there. So, but chances are probably going to be that Bayonetta 3 going to have an association of, oh, Helena Taylor, you can't afford her, that's why. So instead of, oh, good game, a nice third sequel trilogy, nope. And then, of course, this has already been in the past, but they can't do anything about it. Oh, you know what? Why Bayonetta didn't do good? Oh, it's on the Wii U. Oh, it's in the Switch. Oh, it's a Nintendo exclusive. That's not going to fly. Look at Devil May Cry 5. It sold better because it's on multiple console, because Bayonetta should be in multiple console. Again, if you know the story, Bayonetta wasn't a good IP from the get-go. People don't know that Bayonetta 1 for the PS3 and 360 didn't sell well. The 360 version was superior because it was actually developed by Platinum Games, and the PS3 was outsourced to a porter because they couldn't do multiple console. And Sega didn't want to pay, so they were looking for a publisher. They tried other third party. They didn't want it. They tried Sony and Microsoft. They didn't want it. So who's left? Nintendo. So Nintendo needs some IP. They need a publisher. Kind of just makes sense. But again, it is what it is. Could they play the cards right to make it multiplat? Sure. Can Bayonetta 2 and 3 still be multiplat in the future? Possibly. But like I said, I'm going to be talking about that in a different video. So second is, what does it mean for Platinum Games? Well, as of right now, their reputation's kind of sucky. Because of, you know, what happened to Babylon Fall. That game was from Square Enix, but developed by Platinum Games. It sucked. It's weird. Live service, whatever. It sucked. Whatever. And then going back, some of the games they do, they're mediocre at best. Transformer Devastation, above mediocre. The Legend of Korra, mediocre. TMNT, I think it was so-so. I mean, they did some good ones. Nier Automata, that was a good game. It's a Square Enix game, but Platinum Game developed it. Star Fox Zero, Nintendo hired Platinum Games. The game sucked. Again, it's not so much that it's Platinum's fault, but for whatever reason, that every time a publishing company asks them to do a game for them, it comes down to what it is, and whose fault is it? The publisher? Is it Platinum Games? Who knows? So as of right now, whether you like it or not, their reputation is not good. Babylon Fall kind of hurt them, and now this is probably going to be adding more icing in the cake, And that is Bayonetta 3. Good it may be, but what's the association going to be? Oh, Helena Taylor got screwed because they can only afford it for $4,000 flat rate. And then the problem also gets bigger. One of the CEOs said that they really hope really hard to work so close with Nintendo with the relationship. That's not going to work with Bayonetta 3 this time. Guess what? The problem now is, it's Platinum Games' fault. No, it's Nintendo's fault because they didn't give them a lot of budget to a point that they can't even afford Helena Taylor because, we can't afford voice actress, especially English dub. Remember, I talked about this before in my Neptunia partial dub because that was the same deal. There's a reason why Tecmo Koei doesn't do dub anymore not because it's just cost cutting, but they also don't want to deal with legality with English voice actors and actresses. There's a reason why Nintendo don't do voices in their game to some extent. The Mario games has lack of voice. Zelda has a lack of voice. Pokemon Company don't even voice their game, even so right now. Lame it be, Junichi Matsuda said, because one is it's going to take longer to come out, but they probably don't want to deal with legality. That's really it. That's why they rather just not have it voiced. But because to some extent, Nintendo fans, to the extent that super fans, they'll buy any first party game because it's Nintendo. If it's published or made by Nintendo, therefore it should be good. Not always, but they have that cockiness. It is what it is there. But now with this relationship with Bayonetta 3 and Nintendo, they're probably going to blame Nintendo. Oh, look, you just screwed Helena Taylor because you didn't give Platinum Games a lot of money. Oh, it's Platinum Games. They don't know how to budget their game. They don't know what the budget is. Probably they wasted more on crap or whatever. I mean, there's going to be a lot of this spin-off narrative to a point that what's true and what's not, you don't know anymore. But when more people talk about it, whether it's true or not, the general consumer, they might start believing. And right now, my instinct tells me that with Bayonetta 3, it's not going to be as wildly praised than it should be because the thing that's going to be coming into their head is, Helena Taylor got screwed. Only $4,000. Really, you're that cheap. That's going to be the narrative for a while for Bayonetta 3 rather than it's a good game, good story, whatever. Will this be the end of Bayonetta because of this? Chances are, it is a possibility. Again, when more people keep talking about this, Helena Taylor, it is a possibility like this is it. This is the last game they're going to do. To a point that, again, Iwata, God bless his soul. Now you have Furukawa. Furukawa did not have a relationship with Platinum Games. It was Iwata and Reggie had a relationship with them. Now you got Furukawa. It's like they don't even know. Doug Bowser, again, he probably doesn't know the whole story about it. Maybe he does. Who knows? Like even Matt said, Platinum Game is trying to get out of trying to have other company publish their game. But right now, remember, they're just a developer. They're not a publisher. They don't have their own publishing group. So if they want to publish a game, push comes to shove, they either have to do Kickstarter or two, guess what? Download only. That's it. But even so, they can't publish their game. Yeah, they had published 2 games as of right now from Platinum. Wonderful 101 for the Switch, PS4, and of course, Soul Cresta. And unfortunately, that game apparently didn't have a lot of sale. Weird, but again, it is what it is. So, did it make the money? I don't know. Maybe they can do Kickstarter. Who knows? Like I said, that's going to be a different story there. So, yeah, bottom line is right now is that Platinum Games is not going to be in a good place. And not because probably financially, I mean, maybe a bit, the reputation might hurt them. Oh, Bayonetta 3. Oh, you screwed Helena Taylor. Oh, Babylon Fall. Your live service so crap that you can't even play the game in 2023. That kind of sucks. And that's going to be associated with Platinum Games. Even so, it's not their fault to some extent, but they're looking at the bigger story, like the basic story there. And, Square Enix kind of published it, but the development was Platinum Game, and they weren't really creative. Again, you're going to have a lot of, narrative spinning around from multiple ways, and it's going to suck if Thor is going to be, that's going to make the company look bad. Just saying there. So, in conclusion, like I said, as of right now, with Bayonetta 3's controversy, it doesn't look good. Babylon Fall, definitely it's not going to make them look good to a point that don't be surprised don't be surprised if the new Nintendo with Furukawa, Doug Bowser, they said, you know what? Yeah, I know you had a good relation with the previous top people, but as of right now, we're looking at you guys. We're seeing you doing your game. You're okay, but apparently you're making us look bad. Then what? Yeah, that's gonna suck. If you're a Platinum Game fan, you're a supporter of them, you're a supporter of Hideki, Kamiya, and Bayonetta, definitely, you're gonna have to do your best to convince the general consumer that they gotta do what they gotta do and that Bayonetta 3 is good. I mean, granted, from the trailer, it looks good. Am I gonna buy the game? Well, for me, it's not so much of a boycott, it's more of, I like to buy my games cheap. That's really it. And for me, personally, I know it's not going to happen for a while. Maybe it could. Maybe push come to shove. This is finally the day. Maybe Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta 3 go to the PS4, PS5, Series XS, One, PC, wherever. Multi-platform. Because I'm sorry to say, when it comes to Bayonetta, it's so associated with a third-party ownership console. It's not meant to be a Nintendo console. I mean, I know it's weird, but again, hear me out. Like Bayonetta 1, Devil May Cry. That's why. I mean, when it comes with Astral Chain, that is a Nintendo IP. Nintendo just needed more first-party IP. There you go. But when it comes to Bayonetta, you know it's a third-party IP owned by Sega. But again, like they said, you know, it's gonna suck for this one. So, there you go for now. My stance in Platinum Game right now is that, in my personal opinion, I could be wrong, and I hopefully be wrong also for this one, is, yeah, that hopefully they'll do good, but right now, with a lot of this negativity, it's probably going to be challenging for them. So with that, I'll see you guys later.